The real estate industry is a global market that encompasses a wide spectrum of properties that serve a range of purposes in every country in the world. The biggest housing markets worldwide include United States, China, India, Germany, and Japan. One company that is gradually spreading across the globe is GTEX Holdings. The company recently acquired a 40-acre property in the U.S., Houston, and upon completion, it will be the biggest green and smart estate in the U.S. Joining us on the show this morning to discuss the issues that surround diaspora investing and how his company is financing such a capital-intensive project is Dr. Stephen Akintayo, chairman of GTEX Holdings. Good morning, welcome to the show, and happy birthday in arrears.
I appreciate it.
All right, excellent. So we've watched the growth of GTEX Holdings over the years. Recently, the company acquired a 40-acre property in the U.S., Houston to be precise. That's a huge step outside of your home space. Why?
Well, I think the last conversation was surrounding why. It's funny how in Nigeria you work harder and, even the numbers seems to show that maybe your income grew, but at the end of the day, when you are doing your auditing in dollars, you are at a loss, right? So the graph keeps going down and down. And so it's important, it's wisdom really to begin to expand to other countries that can allow you to earn in currencies that are stable, currencies that, because for us at GTEX, we're building a transgenerational business. Our goal is that 200 years from now, we're here. And so we have to think long term, and we have to think of how to expand in countries where we can build assets that, at least no matter what happens, we have a base that is solid and can withstand the test of time.
Well, sometimes when, we spoke with you, you will be in Dubai. And at another time, you could be in the U.S. But thank God you are in Abuja. You are at home, maybe because of...
I'm in Abuja this time.
birthday celebration. Which takes me to the question. Many will interpret this is your current move by GTEX as joining the Japa syndrome by abandoning the Nigerian business space. Is GTEX actually migrating?
So that's not true. If you look at the last 3 years, we've expanded heavily in Dubai, and yet we keep, in fact, we're acquiring more estates. We're working harder. Of course, we have limitations in the housing sector due to instability of the Naira-dollar issue. And so it's difficult for us to build the number of housing units we can build because of these issues. But we've expanded in Dubai in the last 3 years, and even the UK, even the US, we have some project. We have in Valdosta in state of Georgia, we have a 20-unit of 3-bedroom townhouse that we're currently selling. In Alabama, we have a couple of houses we're currently selling. The only thing was that we didn't start with development in the US, even in Dubai as well. It was more of investing and, rental income, flipping the properties. But now we feel that, we should take that bull by the horn. Plus, a lot of Nigerians are Japaing, and for us, we are following where our customers are going. Most our customers started with Nigerians. Today now, of course, they're a bit diverse, but Africans, people of color, still remain majority of our customers, and we're going to where they are going. Remember, we are not into political patronage. We've never taken government contract. We are not into all this, and that's why personally, on a personal level now, I can say I'm not part of those destroying Nigeria. So we have focused more on the harder way to make money, which is trying to get the individuals who have made their money legitimately and getting them to do business with you. So many have moved to the UK. You have to, follow them. They've moved to US. In the next 2 years, we're also going to do the same in Canada as well. So we're going where our customers are going. But we're still solidly here in Nigeria. We're still going to continue to expand and make the best use of what the system allows us.
All right, fantastic. Well done. Now, $20 billion for 25,000 green and smart home is still quite a big number. So what's the plan to effectively raise it? And do you plan to raise it within or outside Nigeria? Do you have investors?
Okay, so I think we're not yet at the $20 billion yet. The Katy project is, the proposal is about $150 million, and it's going to be in the next 5 to 7 years to complete the entire thing. But the good news is that we have already got an investor giving us 70% of that. So what we are only raising, and that's part of the advantage of, international investment, which we don't get in Nigeria. Right, so when people say, why are you expanding international, it's because the funding is there. So the only thing we are raising now is the 30%. Of course, the 30% is still not small money, because that's about $45 million. But what we are doing is, a portion of that is to partner with other real estate developers in Africa who are trying to expand to the US, to say, we don't need the whole 40 acres. You can buy 1 acre and do your own small construction. At least you are diversifying your investment in dollars. So one portion of the fundraising is from developers who are currently in Africa, who can partner with us, and we sell a portion to them and they build it, and we give them also flexible payment for that. Another portion is through a new fund we set up in the US, and we filed it with the US Securities Exchange Commission, so that there's a lot of scrutiny. There's confidence on the part of the investor that the U.S. government is checking the money and checking what the money is being used for, which is real estate investing now. So a portion of the fundraising will come from people who are investing. It's a debt syndication. It's a form of crowdfunding. And it's been filed with the Securities Exchange Commission in the US. So a portion will come there. Another portion is also coming from our digital cooperative in Africa, where that already has a pool of over 200 investors, and they've been supporting what we do in the last 4 years or so. And we've also not disappointed them. They've always gotten the annual return on investment, and we've been doing profit sharing the last 4 years. So we did a webinar yesterday. They were all excited, and everybody's excited to put in their funds. For me, in business, once there's integrity, once there's transparency, once you continue to communicate with your investors, money is not always the biggest problem, because once people see your antecedents, they can trust you. So for now, we are still at that $150 million we're raising for this one. 2025 is still another 12 years away, and we believe God will raise that as well because that covers all our operation globally.
But is there a deadline for investors in the project? Is there a deadline for investors?
So for the US, yes, for this US Katy project, what we have done is to create a very flexible opportunity for those who are US accredited investor. They're able to invest as low as $50,000, and therefore non-US accredited investors as low as $10,000. But every week we're now increasing that. So by next week, this current Tier A is over. We move to Tier B, then Tier C, then Tier D, when we will then close. Hopefully, we're hoping in the next 4 weeks we're done with this project. But there are other new projects we're still going to be launching that people can key into as well.
All right, so who is the target market for this? Because acquiring property outside Nigeria is certainly no mean feat.
Well, so what we have realized is that the U.S. real estate market is very regulated, right? So, for example, we are going to be working with Keller Williams. They're one of the biggest. And so they put the property, once we start selling the housing, because we are still at the point of building up permits and all of that. So we are not yet selling the houses. They will launch the house sales around August when we have gotten the building permits. But Keller Williams will be the one selling it on their portal. So the people from all over the world will buy, Americans, white, Hispanics, everybody will invest. So it's not difficult getting people to buy a house from you in America. The issue is usually raising the capital to even do the project. right? However, those investing in terms of the capital, we have a good number of that coming as people of color, because they are the ones who follow me. I have, I think, over 2 million followers on social media, so majority of them are people of color. So they are majorly those looking for opportunities in our company and what we do and things like that. But you remember, we're also getting a 70% funding from institutional investors in the US. They are not blacks, right? So, and that one is already sorted. It's just our own 30% that is being raised at the moment.
Okay, GTEx Holdings is first and foremost a Nigerian-owned business. Do you believe you understand the global business space effectively to be able to operate within it? Yeah, you must have had some experience, but there must be challenges. How effectively can you operate there?
Yeah. Beautiful. So we've had experiences over the years. Like I said, we've been in Dubai for the last 4 years. We've done in the UK in terms of brokerage and auction, helping people acquire property. Even in the US, we have, like I said earlier, in Valdosta, 20 units of 3-bedroom. We have in Alabama. So we're not new. The only thing is that this is like buildings from scratch, because typically in America, you go buy a property that is, let's say, 20-year-old, 30-year-old, you renovate it, there are contractors, you renovate and then you sell. But this one is building from scratch. But again, it's easier in America compared to Africa because it's all regulated. All your contractors, for example, one of the things I've always said is, why will building collapse in Nigeria? And then the person arrested is the investor. I've never seen it anywhere in the world. In America, your contractors, your engineers are licensed. If anything go wrong, they lose their license, first of all. They are, of course, sent to jail, right? So those places are very regulated. You don't even have headache because everybody must have the license before they can even work with you as a contractor. The whole process is step by step, and there's a whole lot of, so it's easier. The reason why it's even difficult in Nigeria is because it's not been systemized. The structure isn't there. The policy isn't there. So as a developer, you are the alpha and the omega. You are even the so-called regulators are just after collecting money. They're not really checking whether quality is being done. It's just about pay the money for permits and things like that. But in the US, it's a whole different ballgame. It's step by step. It's heavily regulated. And I'm a Harvard-trained, real estate developer. Okay, so I think, and we've been in this for years now, so that's not an issue.
All right. For investors outside Nigeria, how will they repatriate these monies?
Oh, so beautiful. Again, because you are investing directly to a U.S. fund and the investment is in dollars, everybody is getting their returns in that same fashion. So you invest in dollars, you get your returns in dollars. We've always done that. We do distribution every month through our digital cooperative. Every month we distribute to investors who have invested with us. And I think that's one of the unique things about GTEx. We have a slogan that says what we do with our investors is called profit sharing. And it's not easy to have operated in Nigeria and you started this program 4 years ago and you did not default once in 4 years. And I'm talking of the recent 4 years. You know how tough it's been. So if we could do it here, that is a lot more difficult. I mean, how much more international investment at a more stable economy?
All right. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. For joining us again on The Morning Show. We look forward to seeing you again, certainly.
Welcome, everyone. By the way, thank you for joining. Our host for today is Temi. By the way, welcome, and it's good to have all of you here. And thank you for being part of today's very, very important meeting. I've always said over and over again that from my experience, if you don't take risk in life, nothing great ever happens, right? Great things come as a result of taking risk. And so I'd like us to start today with testimonies because we probably have a few. We know most of the people coming for today's show are people who already are familiar with the GTEx family, but a lot of people will watch this show after now, and they might be hearing about us for the first time. So what we're doing is to, again, have few people who have dealt with us give some context, give some testimony of their experience with us, right? So I'm trying to pull up some that I know. I just saw one of them, Mr. Ubong Joseph. He became our client when he was in Nigeria. He's now based in the US. And I remember how we used to go, the land acquisition process. In those days, I was still very much personally involved in acquiring land. And he's seen some dramas with Monila issues that we go through. So, Mr. Ubong, please, I know they didn't tell you you're coming up, but if you can, please accept the invite and let's pull you up. How are you doing, Mr. Ubong?
I'm great, and you? Sorry, I didn't see this coming.
Apologies, by the way, I'm aware you didn't see it coming, but again, when you're doing, events like this and you're trying to raise funds for business,
Yeah.
people need to know your track record, your antecedents. They want to listen to people who have done business with you in time past. And
Yeah.
I think you go way back, I think 2012, 2018,
2018, yeah.
Yeah, 2018, way back 2018. So at least 6 years is enough time to have dealt with people. So tell us, how did you get to know about the GTEx holding family? And, what made you to then invest and what has been your experience?
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Stephen. Thank you, the entire team. So I got to know GTEx in 2018. Then prior to that time, I had already had this drive for investment in land. I had other plots and via other companies before GTEx. But I was actually in Ikeja in Lagos, GRA, and then I think I saw a flyer then, and one of your marketing staff, just sent me on a WhatsApp flyer, and that was the event that took place at I think is it John Street or so? There's a street in GRA where you normally used to host your
Isaac Jones.
Isaac Jones. Sorry.
Now call Radisson.
Well, yeah. So that was actually the first contact, yeah, at John Street, Radisson Blue, yeah. I got in there and then I got to hear from you firsthand about GTEx. And then I felt if this is the owner talking like this, if this is the owner still having this kind of drive, then I feel like I should connect to GTEx. So I finished the session that day, and then I keyed into the Primrose offer then. By coincidence, that land acquisition took place not too long from that lecture you gave. So I remember going with you to Primrose with your madam then. I said, how can founder and founder Mrs. be entering for the bottle like this? Okay. So let me also join. I went in there, and I think that day we took a bus, joined, there was a bus plan, and then I joined, and then we got there. Very, very hectic journey. I got back home heavily fatigued physically, but mentally very, 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 very enabled because my dad actually drove me into land purchase, real estate plan. So and I felt these things with me, and then I knew the like you said risk. I knew the gain of taking pain for now to profit later. So I took that pain, got the gain, got into Primrose. And then not too long then, I started seeing other expansions. And I think the Beryl came up. And then another was I keyed into Beryl, got 2+ in Beryl, and paid for it on the spot then. And then I think I joined 2 other events. And we also had this trip we did to one hospital then in, I can't remember, in January 2019. And so for me, I had other real estate experience before GTEx, but with GTEx, I saw ownership that was not detached from reality. I saw ownership that was attached to creating value, not just selling land now. I mean, people sell land every year, but creating value. And then I saw the other aspect of human capital build you were doing with trainings and helping get new graduates on board with. So I saw a company and a business that was growing, and I felt, yeah, this is where I would like to stay in the long term. And then that's been my short journey so far. I think I got so involved. You gave me an award then.
Yeah.
Protege, but I think COVID came in and we didn't work that out before I traveled.
Yeah.
And then so maybe not at your own free time, with your grace, you would train me again to become. So
No
GTEx has
problem.
been a wonderful place, not just because everything is perfect, but because I saw that drive for continuous improvement, and that got me. Even when Dr. Stephen then I think at the point offered and asked him, so can you come help us work on our process? And I felt, yeah, I mean, gladly, I gave my time then, to help, because I felt I'm looking at the long term, value. And if I put my money in this business, then I should support it to stand. I remember we joined hands with you then, and I think one other person, we tried building process to help launch um, launch the business to a new, and I'm super happy. And I didn't waste any opportunity to learn from Dr. Stephen via any workshops he was giving then. When I left paid employment and I was planning to leave the country, I joined. There was a Dubai event we also had in VI then. One guy came from, I think, from UAE then. And I still have those pictures and all of that. So I took the offer to support the process improvement plan then. And then and then I think you also gave me one non-executive director stuff. I don't know. I can't find the paper again. So all of that was just for me. It was a way of saying, okay, don't just buy land now. Put in your contribution to help the business. The business grows, you grow. And that's been my philosophy. But when I see value, I know value early enough, and that is the soul of making profit. See value in time, sacrifice at the moment, and then you reap the benefits as you grow. Thank you, sir. I hope I'm not taking too much time. Thank you for.
Thank you for the testimony. I want to really, really thank. I think the award we gave you was, I think, best customer of the year for that particular year. Because just like you said, you just didn't put your money into GTEx. You also were interested in the growth. You even, because you've had experience in oil and gas, working with big companies. And at that growing phase, you even offered and was part of improving the processes. And I'm sure you are glad to see how GTEx is now compared to that time.
Yeah, very, very glad. Very glad.
The story is a mega business today.
Very, very glad. I'm glad, yes. And I hope to also join, expand into other of your business territories, like the US and the UK.
Yeah, you're in the UK, where we just set up a board for the UK team. So since
Okay.
you're in the UK, we can add you to that team as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for always being willing to share. Because again, what I've noticed about when Africans do business with you, most of us are not willing to share when things are good. We are, of course, ready to shout to the rooftop when things go bad, but not in your case. You're constantly talking about your experiences, constantly sharing with people. I've done business with these guys. They are credible. And it's people like you that help us to grow, really. And so thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
In the course of the training, we have more investors also come share their stories. It's important. And like I said, why this is important is that there are a lot of other people that will watch this video. We intend to promote it beyond today, edit it and promote it big time. And for us, it's important to be able to have different people be able to share and people know that, okay, there are people who have done business with this company and who have had good experiences. It's not a perfect company, but you know that there is intentionality to keep growing, to keep getting better, and to make sure that investors get value for their money. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's event. I'm not the host. I was only, I was only acting on behalf of the host. So now that the host is here, I think I can allow them, run the show. Thank you, everybody. Welcome once again.
Hello, everyone. So DSA is not the host, he's the host's apprentice. He's still learning work. So, but, just pushing forward to go and toughen his muscles a bit. So he's doing well. Please help me celebrate Dr. Stephen Akintayo for holding the fort while I was getting settled in. Thank you, everyone. It's good to see us here today. Welcome, everyone. So today we are going to be having very elevating conversations. And when I say elevating, I mean elevating to your mind, to your spirit, and of course, to your pockets, right? The info you will get here today is for you to build wealth, not just wealth, but generational wealth. Now, I always say any fool can make money, but you see, no fool can build wealth. Any fool can make money. I just buy and sell and you just make money, but no fool can build wealth. However, I want to recommend that as you take the time to watch this video, either live now or on a replay, take note of your action steps. Take note of your action steps. Don't just listen to the info. Oh, it sounds nice. Yeah, they're saying it. You also want to take note of the things you will do moving forward with the information you have learned. So with that said, allow me to do a quick intro of myself, just in case you've not had the good pleasure of meeting me. You've not had the good luck of meeting me before now. My name is Temi Ajibewa. I am a personal branding expert and business coach for coaches. I provide transformational solutions that help visionary leaders and organizations to discover, develop, brand, and monetize their purpose for great impact and wealth. All right, that is it. You can find me easily where I'm having fun on Instagram at Temi Ajibewa, or on Facebook as well, Temi Ajibewa, LinkedIn, everywhere else, still Temi Ajibewa. Now, those who know me and they love me, they call me the electric Temi. Yes, because I bring in so much energy and passion to what I do. If you know me as Electric Temi, put in the electric emoji. There's one electric emoji in the chat. Put it there in the chat. Now, I'll bring up now our next speaker who would give a welcome speech. In the meantime, in the chat, I want you to drop where you are catching this live stream. Yeah, Kenny Oni, you got it. She gave me 7. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, you are in the spirit, girl. Like 7 electric for me. Thank you, Kenny. Yeah, so let me know where you're watching from. Let's see the city and the country. So just give us, I'm in Houston, Texas. So it's Houston, USA. That's my city and my country. So what city are you in? Your city and your country. Let's see how many countries we have here today. All right. So without further ado, allow me to bring up the group CEO for GTEX Holding, Mr. Rana Ijaz, who would give the welcome speech. Welcome, Mr. Ijaz.
Thank you so much, Tammy. Wonderful, everyone. Well, I would like to welcome and Dr. Stephen is an energy magnet, as I always tell him. This is one of the primary reasons I joined GTEX. Wonderful personality, supported by a very able and young, vibrant team. And you could see Mr. Farooq is one of our star CEO, heading different subsidiaries. He has been primary force behind GTEX Homes, and he's still involved in the USKT project. Let me just give you a quick background about myself. I'm an investment banker by profession. I'm a US CPA, spent some time in US, Florida. Then most of the time spent in Dubai. More than 2 decades I'm based in there, but have been flying around the globe, worked in Calgary, Frankfurt. I'm a German resident too. Heavily involved in the real estate. I was a group CFO for a company who we did the Burj Al Arab. You know, maybe Tammy, you are aware, one of the 7-star hotel that was done on the land acquisition. Still, I think it is regarded one of the best. So I am heavily exposed to real estate. And one thing I can assure all our potential and valued clients, GTEX is a company. This is the primary reason I moved from Dubai and traveled to Nigeria to join this group. It's a company very unique in approach. We are a growing organization. We are building up our internal strengths, bringing in corporate structure, putting up our finances in order, looking at the institution funding as well, just to build the internal capacity to cash on the opportunities. From the real estate, as Dr. Stephen believes, and I firmly believe, it's the only tool to create wealth. You cannot become rich if you don't invest in real estate. This is my personal experience. I was an employee for 20 years. I still work as an employee. Whatever I could create, I really can say I created some wealth, that was through real estate. Even if you are a salaried person or you are a businessman, you are a small SME owner, the only way to build a transgenerational wealth is to invest in the right opportunity in the real estate. I think GTEX has many offerings. We have so many exciting projects in Nigeria. You're all welcome to look into those. And particularly, I would like to mention the project in US. And I would like to address the diaspora in particular. Be part of this exciting project. I think it will be too late. We will be one of the largest green and smart houses in the US. It's not a small feat by any means. So Dr. Stephen has taken this leap, landed in the US. I think he needs all this encouragement and support from the diaspora in particular to join hands and reap the benefits. It's not only, so we have excellent platform. We just filed, we have US Security Exchange filed fundraising platform. GWest Limited. There are different opportunities. I would say, come in, guys, take the benefit and become part of this exciting opportunity. One thing I can assure, you invest with us in Nigeria or in the US, GTAX team is there to support you along the chain. We are not a company who takes in, we are not transactional in nature. We are here to build that relationship and guide the clients towards the forward journey. So I'm going to be part of this webinar for some time. So this is from me for this time, and Tammy, up to you. You take it from here.
Thank you so much for that welcome message. Am I back on Spotlight? Okay, yes, I'm back. Welcome. Thank you so much, Mr. Ijaz, for sharing with us what what your journey has been like and how happy you are to be here. We are also happy to be here. Please tell me your favorite Nigerian meal.
No. Actually, jollof for rice. This is something I love to, and actually I miss them.
Oh, really?
Originally, I come from Pakistan, Lahore. So this
Yes,
is something we eat spicy food, and
I know.
Farouk is smiling. He knows, this has been my
I know.
staple meal while I'm in Nigeria. Of course, I love
Okay.
the fish there as well.
Oh, now you're talking. This is the fish, the Lagos fish in particular, or the
Yeah.
or the fish from the
Absolutely.
Niger Delta. Yes, yes.
And let me tell you, Tammy, Nigeria is a wonderful place. It is undiscovered. People do have a negative impression. And whenever I think hundreds of people in Dubai have changed impression about Nigeria
Oh,
itself.
of course. Thanks
Yes,
to the narration that people
and
like
it's completely safe to live, to operate, to do buzzing business environment in Lagos, honestly.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank
So now I would bring up our next speaker, who is the CEO of GTEX Homes, the very cerebral, hardworking mind behind the GTEX Homes, Mr. Farouk Usman.
Thank you so much. Good day, everyone. Good evening for those in Nigeria, in the UK. Good morning for those in Canada like you. How you all doing? So we're fantastic. Well, welcome to this wonderful webinar. Mr. Rana, we have a Nigerian name for you. Mr. Ekena gave you Emeka.
I think my dear friend Kena should be on the call somewhere. Actually, there was a debate. I should be Yoruba or some other tribe, but he pulled me and he gave me Emeka.
I agree with that. Yes, you look Emeka. Yes.
And we saw the native for him, but that's great. That's great.
And the red cap.
And I'm happy to have that actually. And next time I'm going to Nigeria, I'm going to wear my traditional dress.
Yes, good. All right then.
Fantastic. So that's what we do basically in GTEX Holdings. We are quite a diverse number of group. We understand that we're a global company, so it's important to have global representation by us all over the world. We have staff in Dubai, we have in Nigeria, we have in the UK, we have in the US, we have Pakistanis, we have people all over the world working for us. And this diverse group of individuals have brought in their different skills that has raised us to where we are today. So GTEX Holdings is a company that started over 15 years ago by Dr. Stephen Akintayo, and we transformed from a digital marketing company, actually bought SMS, to a real estate company. We're building a global conglomerate of businesses all over the world. I'm proud to be the CEO of GTEX Homes, and I'm quite excited with this project that we have over here. We started a project from Nigeria, started from one estate, and now we have over 30 estates in the whole of Nigeria. We started a Dubai office about 36 months ago, and we've sold over $10 million in different words of real estate to clients all over the world. And this is a business we've been building by our customers, because we know we have loyal customers that have trusted us or giving us their investment to build their portfolio. For GTEX Homes, one thing we are really known about, what actually sets us apart, is not only our innovative spirit by Green and Smart Homes, but the fact that we always identify opportunities in new real estate markets. A lot of our clients have made money from real estate from our land banking scheme, whereby we buy properties that are appreciating in value, and in a very short period of time, 3 to 5 years, they make over 300 to 500% return on investment. And this model has sustained us as a business to grow our own real estate portfolio, our real estate income, be able to buy properties for as low as $4,000 And now some of them are selling for as high as $35,000, $40,000. And this is the model that we built over the years that sustained us as a company. And us expanding to different parts of the world, we are not going to abandon that model. Right? Dr. Stephen will say, you never change a winning formula. And that winning formula is what has brought us over to the US. And when we are talking about this, we're not telling you to come and invest in a property. We're telling you to come and invest in a property we've already invested in. Because before we can bring it into a business, we have to believe in that business, and we are sure we're going to make profit in this business. So we're here to share profits. So everyone that is here today to partner with us, you are here to share profits. If you believe you want to share profits, just type, I'm here to share profits. I'm here to share profits. I'm here to share profits.
I'm here to share profits. How much is money? Let's share it.
Premium or nothing, right? We had a CEO retreat last month, and we had Dr. Cosmos Maduka. We had a justice in our midst. We had lots of wonderful speakers, and what we've actually planned this year is no limit pure profit, right? And we're here to introduce our GTEx Homes property in the US. Just to, Mr. Ezekiel, you're here to share profit. Fantastic. Mr. Chukwuma, you're here to share profit. Of course, profit sharing is what we're here for. So I here to introduce to you an opportunity we have spotted in the US, just like we've done in Nigeria. We started from Ikorodu, Ibejuleki, Epe, Abuja, Asaba, Ibadan, Abeokuta. In Dubai, different places in Dubai, we have over 200 happy clients that are getting rental incomes on a daily basis, right? Also in the US, different projects we've partnered with, and now we identified a new project that can turn your return on investment from 0 to 100 in a short period of time. And that's what we're here to discuss today. So if someone's asked me, what is GTEx Holdings? GTEx Holdings is a company that helps customers and individuals build, manage, and multiply their real estate investments all over the world. And that's why we're here today. That's why we're here. So I'm here with you. Dr. Stephen is here with you. Mr. Rana is here with you. The electric came in. Is here to shock us.
Into profit.
If you are not keen in,
shock you into profit sharing.
If you are not getting profit, the opposite of profit is what? Let's not even go there. So don't only look at what you are going to gain, look at what you are going to miss out, right? Because those that have invested in real estate yesterday are the biggest winners. The next winners are those that invest today. So I want you to buckle up, listen hard, watch hard, and spot the opportunities that can transform your investment from a 0 to 100. Happy profit sharing, everybody. Let's go.
That was an amazing one there. Thank you so much, Mr. Farouk. That is so amazing. So he said the opposite of profit is what? It is loss. Yes, let's say it. It is loss. And he said the best winners are those who invested yesterday. The next winners are those who would invest today. How many of you here are primed to invest so you can share profits? Now, when we say profit sharing, you don't share profits where you haven't invested. I hope you know that. You don't just start reaping where you have not sown. So there is a need for you to invest, to be able to share in the profit, to be able to harvest in the returns. And there is always a cost for inaction. Put it in the chat. There's always a cost for inaction. When you study the eighth wonder of the world, that is the compound interest phenomenon, you will understand how 6 months, how 1 year, 2 years can make a huge difference in the lifespan of every investment. You will be shocked to see that waiting 1 year to make an investment can cost you almost double of it, especially when you live in a volatile economy like we have in Africa, specifically in Nigeria. Less than 30 days ago, Naira was going for how much? I think official rates that I know I was even charging was about 1,000 Naira to $1. Let's say about 1.2. Who can tell me how much it is this morning? Now, this is an opportunity for you to lock down your investment in one of the most stable currencies in the world. Lock down your investment in one of the most stable currencies in the world, and that is dollars. So if you want to get tangible results and you don't want to miss out on the potential profits, you have to learn to invest today so you don't cry tomorrow, because there is always a cost for inaction. Every moment you delay, every second you wait, you are literally losing out. On Monday, today is Thursday. On Monday, I asked the guy who sells $9. I said, sir, I want to buy. He said, oh, it's 1,303. I'm like, calm down now. Let me pay 1,300. He said, no, that he can't, that what 303 is the minimum you tell me. This morning, he said 1,503. That's $200 extra in 4 days. It's crazy. So I knew, Temi, don't even talk about money in Naira anymore. Think of how you can spend Naira in Naira and then earn more money in dollars, so that you don't have to be doing that, all that stuff. Now, I've said all of that to tell you to pay attention for the next 30 to 40 minutes, as we have today Dr. Akintayo, who would come and share with us why we are here and how you can lock down your spot, how you can lock in your space in this investment so that you can share profit. How many of you are ready for this? Type ready, ready, ready in the chat. Just put ready, ready, ready in the chat, while you will walk us through the investment opportunity for you to share profits. Again, you can't have the harvest if you haven't made the sowing. If you haven't sown, you can't reap. So how many of you here are ready to sow so you can reap? Type ready, ready, ready in the chats. Keep it coming, guys. And so allow me to welcome and bring back on stage our group president, founder, GTEX Global, Dr. Stephen Akintayo. Yeah.
Dr. Stephen Akintayo is Africa's most influential investment coach. Dr. Stephen Akintayo is Africa's most influential investment coach. He is a member of the Forbes Business Council and a recipient of several prestigious awards, including the Forbes Best of Africa, Leading Investment Coach and Real Estate Mogul by Forbes Best of Africa Award. He is the chairman of GTEX Holdings and the founder of Stephen Akintayo Foundation. GTEX Holdings is the mother company of 11 subsidiaries with a highly innovative and young workforce. These subsidiaries include GTEX Homes, GTEX Land, Stephen Akintayo Foundation, GVest, GTEX Farms, GTEX and Associates, GTEX Academy, GTEX Soft, GTEX Hub. GTEX Holdings has several branches in Nigeria, which include Lagos State, Ibadan, Abeokuta, Asaba, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. Other offices are in Dubai, the UK, and the US, and the company plans to extend operations to other African countries like Ghana, Rwanda, and Uganda. Dr. Akintayo Real Estate Firm has a plan to build 25,000 green and smart homes with golf courses, polo clubs, mall, hotel, hospitals, schools, and universities across Africa by the year 2035, and control another set of 25,000 properties outside of Africa, with a total real estate asset worth $40 billion by the year 2035. Dr. Stephen Akintayo is also the host of the Global Property Brokers Conference, the largest brokers conference in Africa. Now renamed the Global Wealth Festival, several renowned speakers like Grant Cardone, Brian Serhant, Dr. John Maxwell, and others have been brought on the platform. Dr. Akintayo has hosted some of the world's most renowned speakers on his platforms like Robert Kiyosaki, Brian Tracy, Les Brown, Dan Locke, Toby and Tomi Arayomi, Toby Adegboyega, and several others. He is the host of the Investment Chat in a Rolls-Royce, which teaches people about different investment opportunities around the globe. Learning Luxury Show, a show that educates on the benefits of owning luxury and monetizing it, and Big Talk Show, aimed at enlightening youths and the general public on election-related issues in order to build the new Nigeria. He is also the host of the Billionaire Habits podcast, Burj Khalifa series in Dubai. You can watch them on the Billionaire Habits podcast. Dr. Stephen is also the author of 42 books. His latest are The Billionaire Habits for Pastors, Billionaire Habits for Entrepreneurs, and Becoming a Billionaire Land Banker. All his books can be found in Dr. Stephen's books. To book him for speaking engagements, email egstephenakinteo.com and contact the number on your screen for more inquiries.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, type, I am happy to be here. If you are indeed happy to be here, I want to thank every one of you for coming for this history-making day. Okay, and this is a history-making day, and I can assure you, a few years from now, you will look back and you will remember it's an history-making day. I did the video that I did to advertise about this event was talking about the power of taking risk. I've often shared that if you don't like what is in your bank account, then you need to increase your risk level. 9 years ago, it would be in October 2024, we got this particular set of land, and it was water, it was swampy. I took some people there, and they said to me, honestly, sincerity, out of love and care for me, this is risky. We're not going to advise you to do this. Well, 9 years later, that one estate has turned to over 20 plus. And that same estate became the seed that helped us to expand to Dubai and now what we're trying to do in the US. Risk is the ultimate mother of wealth. Without taking risk, there's no wealth to be made. And like Mr. Farouk said, this is an opportunity for profit sharing. I brought up earlier, and I'm hoping, by the way, please, if the admin can pull up Mr. Sonny, because he's the chairman of the fundraising committee, but I also want to interview him about his own experience as well with GTExt, right? Because his experience is very similar to that of the first speaker, which is Mr. Ubong, who became a client and at some point joined to also help structure our businesses, help the business grow better. And he's now in the UK. He looks back at what he did when he was in Nigeria with us in GTExt. Not only is his investments doing well, is that company has gone bigger and bigger today. Mr. Sonny is also in that category where he's an investor, but he's joining forces to say, hey, let's start calling people. Let's see how we can raise funds. Let's make this thing better. And we will probably have more people hopefully willing to share their story with GTExt, who have invested and have had a great experience with us. We're not perfect, and I keep saying that. But, you know, in the environment we've worked, with the circumstances we've had, we're proud of who we are and what we've done. And I want to use that to then welcome you to a new treasure in Katy, USA. Temi Asa, I should call it Katy. So again, I'm learning to use the English and the Oyimbos that people are comfortable with, right? So welcome to this new treasure. But let me give you a few background about us, right? Our primary objective is to build innovative green and smart homes that encourage a lifestyle of wellness and luxury through the provision of facilities, infrastructure designed for your comfort and overall well-being. Our properties span from across global sphere, from Nigeria to Dubai to UK to US, among others. Organization also hosts a number of subsidiaries that provides affiliates and investment opportunity on a global scale. So the question is, what is our vision? Our vision is to be the largest green and smart home developer in the world. Our mission is to build the largest green and smart home in the world using innovation and technology. What is our goal? By the year 2025, we want to build 25,000 green and smart homes. We're also hoping to control another set of 25,000 homes who are not necessarily green, but are part of our portfolio. Okay? Now, what is our core value? Integrity, excellence, innovation, and energy. Those who've done business with us will tell you that I've always prioritized integrity. And integrity does not mean that if you say A, it will always be A, because you're not God. There will always be situations beyond your control. That's the guy, if you do business, you know what I'm talking about. But integrity is to communicate challenges. Is to be able to make your yes, yes, and your no, no. However, if for any reason beyond your control, your yes cannot be yes, and your no cannot be no, communicate that effectively. For us, that's integrity. We uphold excellence. We uphold innovation, and we are very energetic. We're big on energy. And these are part of the reasons why all these faces have put their face, their credibility behind the organization called GTEx, right? And many of them have had to do videos, have had to do publicity, have had to do campaigns, you know, to tell the world, we love this brand, we believe in this brand, we stand for this brand, and it's because they know what we stand for, okay? Why green? Okay, green building have 9% greater asset value. What this means is that when you build a property, and it's a green building, in other words, green means renewable energy, of course, also being conscious of climate change and all that. The asset is bigger, okay? The capital appreciation is bigger because it's a green building. Now, Katy, Texas. Some people say Katy is not Houston. Either way, they call it the Greater Houston, right? So Katy, USA, Katy, Texas. We're under contract for a 40-acre property in Katy, and these are the drone footage as you're seeing. Now, why Texas? Okay, you probably say why Texas? Texas is a state in the South Central region of the United States at 268,596 square miles and with more than 30 million residents in 2023. It is the second largest U.S. state, both in area and population. Some of you know that Texas is only one state shy of the size of Nigeria. If you know, type I know. If you don't know, type I don't know. How many of you know that Texas is one state shy the size of Nigeria? If you know, type yes, I know. If you don't know, type I don't know. That's how big Texas is. And what's unique about Texas is that a lot of people are beginning to move to Texas because the tax is very nice. Elon Musk moved to Texas, right? Several big corporations are moving to Texas. The growth is heavy. So you know that when you start building houses there are a lot of companies, there are a lot of people moving in. Now, why is Houston unique? Houston is almost like the capital of oil when it comes to USA. All your big corporations, Shell, Chevron, ExxonMobil, all of them have their massive headquarters in Houston, right? So you have oil money in Houston. Are we learning, guys? If you're learning, type of learning. And why are we taking you through this journey? So you understand that we're making decisions that have been well thought through. We've done a lot of analysis around this investment we're asking you to come and do. We're sure we'll make profit, and we want to share that profit with you. So 5 advantages of living in Katy. Number 1, Proximity to job opportunity. Katy offers a quick 30 minutes commute from downtown Houston. Sometimes it gets to 45 minutes during busy time. Provide access to driving job market without the high housing price of Houston. With Fortune 500 companies being drawn to Katy, residents benefit from the growing job market. Number 2 reason why Katy, top-rated schools. Now, Katy has the highest school district in the whole of Texas. Finest public and private and charter schools, including National Blue Rainbow School, Memorial Parkway Elementary, ensuring a high-quality education. Number 5, why Katy? Year-round mild climate. Okay, embrace Katy's unique climate, no extreme cold or snow, but be ready for summer up to 92 degree Fahrenheit. Prepare for warm from May to September. Number 4, why Katy? Affordable living. Okay, despite assumptions, Katy living costs are only 4% above the national average, with a minimum home price below $370,000, striking a balance between quality living and affordable living. Again, why Katy? Number 5, family-friendly entertainment. Enjoy family fun at Typhoon, Texas, a thrilling water park, and downtown Katy Market Day, a monthly community event offering delight of entertainment. Okay? So how many of you are excited about Katy? Just type Katy, 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 come on. If you're excited about Katy, just type Katy, Katy, Katy.
Embark on an extraordinary journey at the proposed Jasper Estate Katy, where luxury meets legacy. Our esteemed guests witness the splendor of our estate, creating unforgettable moments. Seize your opportunity with easy investing. For non-U.S. entities, step 1, log in at www.gtexthomesusa.com. Step 2, click Invest Now. Step 3, fill out your KYC. Step 4, make a payment. Minimum investment is $10,000 USD for U.S. entity accredited investors. Step 1, log in at www.gtexthomesusa.com. Step 2, click Invest Now. Step 3, complete your KYC. Step 4, make a payment. Minimum investment is $50,000 USD. Got questions or ready to elevate your lifestyle? Contact us at +1 443 790 3925 or visit info@gtexthomesusa.com. Jasper Estate. Katy is a place where every detail reflects your journey to luxurious living.
Okay, so that's a video about the proposed Katy Estate. We've shown you some 3D design, and it's also went into showing you more details about our debt syndication investment opportunity and how you can go about it. Today, we will be giving you an opportunity to invest in this project. And not only that, we're giving an additional 2 to 4% additional return on investment for everyone who will invest while we are on this webinar. As you know, you will be the first set of investors in this project. Since we started the marketing, we haven't taken any single investment. We've taken a lot of investors, potential investors, and well-wishers there. We had Bishop David Abioye, who was with us a few weeks ago, Chief Dele Momodu, Pastor Shola Jordan, based in Houston. We had Pastor Amos Fenwa, and different great people who have followed us and been with us at different projects that we are doing, who have toured our property and listened to us about what we're trying to do with the project. However, today is the first. People have been saying, I want to invest. We say, well, we want to take our time to explain it to you so you know what you're getting into and you can hear. And then this video also will be shared all across, and people know what is this all about. And hopefully, once I'm done, we'll take questions and you have opportunity to also immediately, while we're on this call, put in your money And I want to even know who is the #1 investor today. And you say, why do I want to know? Because just like Mr. Ubong, our relationship goes beyond him being a customer. Just like, Mr. Sonny as well, and several other investors, because there are certain investors who risk everything to believe in you. I've always said it to those who work in GTEx. I said, we must always go extra mile for our investors, not even whether they appreciate it or not, because for them to have invested, they trust us. It was a risk they were taking, okay? And we must let them know that we appreciate that risk and we are doing everything day and night not to let them down. Is this making sense? If it makes sense, just type this makes sense, this makes sense. So these are pictures from 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago while we're there. So what are area view of this particular property? These are just various projects around it. So you can see it's a loaded, in terms of vision and projects around this area. So the question is, let's look at the project overview, right? Jasper Carey is one of GTEx Homes' luxurious green and smart home, and is first of its kind in America, and is projected to be the largest green and smart home in America when completed, with over 400 housing units. The project is to build a vibrant residential and commercial property that promote family value, create investment opportunity for diverse group of investors or company. Our goal is to build between 400 to 500 residential, and then to do commercial units in this vibrant community within 10 years from now. It's a long-term project. So who are our market? Who are those who are looking to invest? Now, we're hoping that we're going to be having, of course, a 40-acre in Houston. In terms of, at the moment, we have a project we're promoting in Georgia, 20 units in Georgia. In Nigeria, these are a project we've done. We have over 30 estates, over 8 million square feet of land acquired, over 800 satisfied clients. In Europe, our presence goes into brokerage, helping different people, buy properties in the UK through auction and through developers that we've partnered with. In Asia, Dubai and the likes, over 200 units that we not only help customers to acquire, but we also help customers to manage, and they're able to get their returns, rental income sent to them anywhere in the world. Over 95% of our clients in Dubai and Middle East Asia do not live there. And they were able to trust us to invest millions and millions of dollars, with us. And till tomorrow, we manage our property for them, we represent them, and they're able to get good returns on investment. So land acquired in Nigeria by location, Lagos has, I think, the highest percentage with over 10 estates in Lagos already. Asaba has 1, Abuja has 4. We just had a meeting to add the 5th one in Abuja. Ogun State has 4, Port Harcourt 1, Oyo State has 2, and more coming. Okay, so previous project that we are partner with other investors in the US, and we are currently selling it now, is a 20 unit of 3-bedroom townhouse located in Valdosta, Georgia, USA. It's a partnership, and we have 20 of it available for sale. We are still, selling. If you have anyone interested, it's $250,000. If they're ready to do cash purchase, we're willing to give them discounts, and there is incentives if you introduce anybody to buy, up to 5% as well, on that particular property. We also have in Alabama, these are some units available in Alabama that you can invest in as well. These ones are a lot cheaper. You have 139,000, you have 120,000, you have 150,000. So you have various price range for the Alabama, property, and then different locations in Alabama. Okay, and you can reach out to us. You can see different units that you can buy in Alabama. Does this make sense, ladies and gentlemen? If it makes sense, type Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. Come on, talk to me, guys. Does it make sense? Okay, now, so I've said all of that so you know that we're not new to this business, just that this is building from scratch. Like those ones that you saw where property, you know, fix and flip, as we call them in America. You buy, you renovate, you know, and then you try to sell them. You, of course, you start getting rental income while you're waiting for who will buy it, right? So, but this is building from scratch. And what we've decided to do is to create an artificial lake. And we're going to be having 5-bedroom at a single family home, 6-bedroom, 4-bedroom, and then we're having apartments as well. We're having 3-bedroom townhouse, and then we're having I think up to 8-story, 6 to 8-story town apartments there. So this is the proposed plat division for the property. And then the question is, how can I be part of this project? Can everybody type, how can I be part of this project? Come on. Okay, because I'm about getting to that conversation. How can you be part of this project? Okay, so but let's look at the project, you know, in terms of timeline. So acquisition, pre-project launch, and then permit approval, mortgage, you know, is a timeline of 6 months. So we are in that range of permits and all of that. We have building and launch and groundbreaking. We have delivery of individual units because we're starting with the single family home. Hopefully before the end of the year, we will come back again to launch the housing where you can now start paying for each housing unit. People have asked me, Stephen, how much can we buy the house? Now, for integrity's sake, because we have not gotten the building permits, we do not want to start selling houses yet. We want to get the building permit before we start selling houses. And why? We don't want a situation where we tell you this is the way we'll build the house. And then later the city changed the design. And then it looks as if we've been untruthful. And you see people say, but that wasn't what you told me. So we said we're pausing the conversation around buying the individual house. Well, good news is that you can invest in the debt syndication. And I'm going to start telling you more about that soon. And in that debt syndication, you will be able to convert it to your down payment for the house as soon as you get the building approval, right? So I'll give you an example. Let's say you decide to, an average of the property will be ranging from $350,000 to $400,000 to $500,000. So let's say you invest $200,000 in this debt syndication. And 6 months from now, we're able to get, we're able to announce the housing project. And all you've always wanted to do is to buy the house, not to do investment. Guess what will happen? We are willing to then move that 200,000 you've paid. We're willing to calculate the 6 months return on investment and then make it your deposit for the house that you are going to buy. If this makes sense, just type it makes sense. So not only are you now having that capital, is also the fact that you then also have returns. Well, guess also another benefit why this is important. We don't know where this dollar naira thing is going. Who knows what I'm talking about? We really don't know, right? It could hit 2,000. It could hit 2,500. It could hit 3,000. So you being able to have at least put this thing already, is already in dollar denomination, is already even accruing returns for you, right? It's not 6 months later, and then maybe it is 2,000 to $1. You are not struggling to even raise the money to convert. You know what I'm talking. In fact, right now I'm saying to myself, we should have done this webinar a month ago, because a lot of people now who probably don't have dollar yet will really, really struggle to kind of go and change it at this very, very high rate. So this is an opportunity to have investment in USD, and you know how powerful that is. Even if there's no returns, just that your investment is in USD is powerful. So delivery of projects, the entire estate is going to be completed in the next 7 to 10 years, including the commercial, including the golf range that we're putting there and everything we're putting there. So other sources of revenue for this estate is that we're putting a golf range where even those outside the estate will be able to come in and be able to play, and that becomes a source of revenue for us in that estate. But in-house residents will even get discounts. Some of them will have maybe like 6 months free access to the golf course, free membership, and all of those stuff. So you have that amazing opportunity. And that alone should help us generate $100 million in the next 5 years. Come on, if this is interesting, that it's interesting, right? So we should be able to achieve that from just that alone in terms of revenue, because it's a source of cash flow. Not only will there be a golf range, there are also kids playing area, games for kids. So it just will generate a lot of cash flow. And there's nothing in the entire axis of Cary. I think this would be the first of its type, the type of driving range we're trying to put there. So you have people coming from all over to be part of that. Now, how do you invest? Are you ready to invest? Let me even ask, first of all, let me just pause my screen. I want to ask, how many of you think that this is a good thing to invest in? Come on. I want to just get a feeler. How many of you think that this is a good thing to invest in? Okay. How many of you think this is worth investing in? Based on what you've heard so far, how many of you think this is something that is worth investing in? Okay. I've had some people, thank you everyone. I've had people say to me, Dr. Stephen, but how do you intend to make money, right? What's the guarantee that if we put in our money that the company will make enough money to pay us back? Now, I want to say this. Typically, when you buy a house in America, let's say it's an apartment, and Grant Cardone does this, and I've learned this from him. By the way, I just even graduated from Harvard University, 2-year real estate course, where I specialize in understanding real estate in the US. Okay, I'll probably show you my certificate very soon. Okay, but thank you, Anthony, says congratulations, thank you. But one of the things, let's look at that model, right? This is a model where you're buying a house that is the average of 20 to 30 years old house. And then that house has 80% occupancy. This is the model Grant Cardone uses. And then the house has 80% occupancy. And you buy it, and then you try to manage it, and you are giving people distribution from the rent the tenants are paying. You get a very good manager to manage the property. How many of you are aware that Grant Cardone in those investments is able to make 100% return on investment in 10 years? How many of you know? And usually he exits in 10 years. Some he delays beyond 10 years. But how many of you know this? That the capital, and we're not talking rental income, that most of those properties, Grant Cardone is able to generate 100% capital appreciation. If you know, type I know. If you don't know, just type I don't know, right? And I'm just using Grant Cardone's model as an example. There are several other people who do those model. You buy a house now, you continue to collect the rent for 10 years. Usually in 10 years, the value has doubled. In other words, you bought that property for, let's say, $300,000. In 10 years, it's selling for $600,000, right? In 10 years. So typically, that's what happens. However, when you then do a brand new house, this is the advantage now. A brand new house, in other words, you're building from scratch. Typically, between 2 to 3 years, you can have, 100% capital appreciation. In fact, we were doing meeting yesterday. Part of what we even generate income is you can provide facility, basic facility, water, basic facility, sewage, all of that for everybody in that community. And that alone becomes another source of income when you are doing real estate development in America. There are tax benefits we will still be able to walk up to the city and say, hey, we need some tax benefit because we're bringing money. By the way, how many of you know that we've not even started construction? I got a congressional recognition in Houston. How many of you are aware by, Dr. Shirley Jackson, who has been in the U.S. Congress since the time of Abacha, right? And she's worked with a lot of Nigerians, and we've not even started construction. So watch out what this is going to be. So what am I saying? We are projecting to put in about $150 million to complete the project in the next 7 years. We're glad to inform you that we've gotten a finance company that is getting us finance of 70%. Are you happy to know that? So in other words, $105 million, okay, we're already getting companies that will give that to us. If you're happy, type I'm happy about that. Okay, we now will need to raise the remaining $45 million, right, which is our own 30% for the project. And of course, part of the strategy to raise that is part of what we're saying. But here's the good news. By the time we're done completing this project, in 2 to 3 years, the valuation will not be less than $300 million from all the analysis I've done, and even from what I learned in Harvard University. And what is beautiful about America is that we will be able to withdraw the $150 million that is the capital appreciation, cash, and put it into other projects. In other words, we literally can build a portfolio worth $4 billion, $5 billion in the next 5 to 10 years in America. And that has a big time implication for investors because it means we will be able to pay you your capital back. We're going to give you return on investment. Come on, are you excited about this? So you see why Farouk said this meeting is a profit sharing meeting. It's for us to come together and say, how do I stick my neck into this? So that when the profit starts, me too, I'm collecting. It's not I would just say, I know many people when we started 9 years ago, they were just looking at me. Let's watch first. This guy, we don't know. He'll soon crash. We know all of them. That's how they start. Well, it's 9 years now. They're still waiting for when we crash. But the funny thing, they are the ones that have crashed in terms of not getting good returns on investment. They are the ones that have lost out, where others who didn't even know us took a risk and invested. Meanwhile, people who even know you were scared and refused to invest. And years later, we're talking about change of story for a lot of those who took the risk. So how many of you are going to take risk on this? Because this is a risk and you need to know that. If you are taking risk on this type, I'm taking risk on this. Come on. So, question, how do you invest? We have 2 types of investors. We have US accredited investors who want to invest via our US Security Exchange file fund. So to avoid
how you can share profits, it will not happen. Say it again, that we are sharing profits. Either the devil or his grandfather likes it. We are sharing profits. Either they like it or not, we are sharing profits. Okay, so Stanley says, I'm taking risk in this. I am projecting this to my subconscious mind. Okay, awesome. You didn't know he has a grandfather. He has a grandfather. We are sharing profits. Absolutely. So let's be very, very plain here, right? And DSA will say, men are in sizes. Do your size per time. Men are in the times are in faces, men are in sizes. Do your size. How many of you are really, really ready to plug into this? Like you are ready to lock down your slots. I mean, within today and